Okay, on to the next topic. I started putting up a second table with the names of the scouts, and the GSID is going to match up with the GSID in the first table. So, the reason for that is, imagine if we had each girl's name, address, city, state, and zip in every record with her cookies. It's very repetitive, and this is something that you should be aware of. It's called redundant data. And if we can figure out a way that we only have one copy of data, it's great. Now, I'm going to show you, as I start to type the next one. Oh, by the way, the GSID is the key instead of some auto number. Okay, so we're going to have VW next, and that's Woods. Notice the pencil at the beginning of the line, indicating that it is not saved yet. Sorry, distracted. Now when we come over here, wow, everybody's from Omaha, and we have to type it out every time. Alrighty. Your mind should be saying, oh my goodness, there should be a way that it could be an autocomplete, and yes, there is, and we'll show you how to do that. Now, for instance, I was entering some statistical data for churches in Omaha, and how many times am I going to want to type St. Wenceslas? Once. I want to be able to pull it from a drop down so I don't have to type that, even though I belong to that church. So we'll finish this record, and we'll take a look at that. Close the data. Well, maybe I don't have to. Let's try it. I'm going to go to Design View here, and what was it? Oh yeah, it was City. This is something that you need to hear from somebody because it's really not explained that well. But if I want to have a list of possibles, that's called the Lookup Wizard. This first one is a disaster waiting to happen with new students. We have this extra table here. They go and delete it, and then you're, well, there's a word for that. Next. So what are the possible cities? Omaha is one. Don't hit enter. Hit tab. See? And then what label would you like? City is just fine with me. Finish. Now, we'll see how that shows up in a minute. Now, back to Girl Scout ID. Girl Scout ID should be in all uppercase. Well, if you've ever seen something where somebody entered things sloppily and it was just all lowercase and it should have been upper, you can probably appreciate that. For that, it's a format, and we could go look at help. Format. Formats default. Customize data formats. There we go. Format text data types. You could write a book about this. But in summary, I need to have an exclamation point to say that we're going to be typing from left to right, and then I need a greater than sign that will force the text to all uppercase. So if I come down here for format and type exclamation point greater than, Theoretically, that should work. Yes, I want to save it. Let's come and enter another scout down here. This time I'm going to enter it in lowercase. It's going to be Yvette Salud. Y, Z. I'm going to tab to the next field, and look, it converted it to uppercase. You can specify patterns so that the first letter is uppercase and the others lower, etc. Now, shall we put her in Gretna? G for Gretna. Oh, we should have done it for Nebraska too. Oh well, one more for that. I don't know what Gretna's address is. We'll pretend. Remember that it is not saved until I move to the next line. But now when I close it, if we go back to Scouts and go back to Design View, there's one more thing you can do. For something like state, you can make a default value be NE for Nebraska. And so that will always show up there. Yes. If I go do it. This throws people a little bit. See how the NE is in the blank line and they really want to get rid of that. They are bothered by that. It's okay. It's not part of the data. Put her in Elkhorn, Nebraska. I don't know Elkhorn's address either. Now if I click Save and go back in, see my last record is still there. So those are some things I wanted to show you that were possibles. In addition, you can set up what's called a mask. Well, a format and a mask, so that when you're entering the data, for instance, for Social Security number or telephones, it already comes up with it. Let's take a look at one of those. Zip code, if I say format, nope, input mask. Whoops, go away. Input mask. See the different styles that you have. You can have the phone number, it'll come up with the parentheses, and then you just type the numbers. You don't have to type the other stuff. But the cool thing is they are not actually part of the data either. They're not taking up space on your disk drive. So those are some things I just wanted you to know about. So when you go to creating your own table, it can help make it easier for you to be entering the data, knowing about those 2 or 3 things. Bye.